So you didn't go partying or anything?
I did the week before. It
Ah.
was my birthday.
Oh, I see. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So did Santa bring you something?
What did he bring me? Yeah, he got me a lot of shoes.
Oh, nice.
What about you?
Yeah, he did. He brought me a lot of stuff.
No coal in your stocking. You were good.
Yeah, no coal.
Good.
Yeah, thank God. Did Santa bring you something? What's your son's name? Anthony. Did Santa bring you things? He didn't come? I can't hear you. You must be naughty.
Naughty.
You were not naughty?
No.
You must not have a chimney.
I don't.
Oh, you didn't have a chimney? Oh, he came. He left the gifts on the front porch and somebody stole them.
I don't believe in him.
What?
I just don't believe in him.
You don't believe in him? You don't believe in Santa? Well, no wonder he didn't show up. How old are you?
10.
Why don't you believe in Santa at 10?
Because my mom told me she didn't really introduce me when I was young. Santa wasn't even a thing
It wasn't a thing?
until I went to school and I heard about it.
What? So your parents are cruel. Good morning. Welcome to Fellowship. I'm Jesse Peterson. Thank you so much for being with me. You can get involved by going to the YouTube chat line, and Hate will pass on your questions and comments to me. Happy New Year to everybody, and Happy New Year to everybody here. And I hope that this year coming will be amazing for you. All right. Wherever the chips fall. But what I like to do is just kind of have an end of the year reflection, fun kind of thing. Nothing serious, but nothing too fun either. All right? Anybody have any questions or anything?
I have a comment
Yes,
I'd like to share with people.
absolutely.
The comment I'd like to share, Jesse, is that I had an opportunity to listen to a little snippet of church service last Sunday. We were on vacation, but I fit a little bit in, and I heard this discussion about whether Santa's real. And I just want to say I'm pretty certain he is. I have a number of pictures with him in my photo
Yeah.
album from my parents. And I remember several empty glasses of milk and half-eaten cookies. So I'm certain he exists for all the little ones who are listening.
Thank you. I rest my case. How you feel now? You feel cheap? How do you feel now? Mm-hmm.
About Santa Claus?
She just proved he does exist.
I don't know.
I'm sorry?
I don't know.
Yeah. Your parents are cruel.
They're not cruel.
What do you call them?
People.
Crazy people?
Sort of.
Sort of?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Thank you for clarifying that. Did Santa bring you something? Uh-huh.
Yeah. Santa.
Speak up for me in the mic.
Santa's not real, but I did get
Oh,
stuff.
you have the same parents he has?
Huh?
Do you have the same parents?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no wonder. When they get old, they're going to be looking for Santa. I feel like they missed out on something. Well, Merry Christmas anyway.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you for verifying that. Santa does exist. Amazing. Any other questions or anything? Yes, Raymond.
The first thing I'd like to say is that, to me, Santa is real because he's a saint, and saints always guides us to path of truth.
Thank you.
Yes. And secondly, I one of the things I learned, if there's anything I learned this year, hopefully in the following year, is patience. I was planning to retire this year, but I decided to wait a few months and see how the situation how my present situation goes for the time being.
You had planned to retire?
I would plan to retire from my job at work.
Oh, nice. Oh, you gonna wait until next year?
I'm going to wait until end of April.
My engineer said when we were back there getting ready for this meeting, he said that, Jesse, have you noticed that we're all like frogs in water in this country, and the fire is slowly heating up? I think he said that way, right, James? The fire is slowly heating up the water, and everybody's in the boiler, and nobody's doing anything. And he said, you are for non-violence, but if you're for violence, and non-violence seem to be the same, you'll do something. What do you say to that? You feel like we're all in boiling water?
I believe we do, and we're not doing anything because we're afraid to do anything.
What is there to do?
Be still and know that God's there.
Well, we're doing that anyway. That's the problem. Is there anything else we can do?
We can use our common sense.
Anything else?
So, learn what it takes to do the right thing.
Okay. Well, a lot of help you are. Yes.
You was talking about the end of the year recap and kind of thinking about the year.
Right. Before you do that, let me ask about the statement my engineer made, that we're all in a pot, in this country, we're all in a pot of water that slowly is being heated up, and no one is doing anything. And he
Who
said,
is no one?
He said that.
Maybe he not doing nothing.
Are you doing something about it? What's happening in the
I'm looking
country?
at myself and trying to make sure that I'm doing what
You
I'm
said what
supposed
now?
to. I'm looking at myself and making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to.
Do you agree that we're all in a pot in this country and the water is slowly heated up and nothing's being done?
No.
And about what? How do you see things happening in the country right now?
I mean, I have a totally different view on this, but I mean, in my view, all great civilizations go through what we're going through right now. They start out worshiping God, they start out following truth, and then they slowly move away from that. And you
So,
see
but what do you see happening, and how does
I was trying to
how
explain
does what look because of time? How does it look? What does it look like to you that's happening in the country right now, and no one seems to be doing anything?
I didn't agree with that statement.
I'm sorry.
I didn't agree with that statement.
Oh, you did not? We're not all in a pot of hot water?
No.
Oh, okay.
Now, the first question I had, you mentioned the end of the year, kind of recapping the year.
Right.
I think last year around this time, you had said that the theme for this year was going to be kind of like looking internally and.
Yeah, I forgot about what I said the
Yeah,
thing
that's what I'm
was.
saying.
Yeah.
You said that you wanted to take this year more seriously, and I think to quote, you said you're not going to play this year, or we're not going to play this year.
This year coming up?
Yeah, that's what
No,
you
the
said.
plan is over.
You're not going to play. Yeah.
The plan is over.
So how do you feel that this year feel? How do you feel that this year has been as far as the not playing and as far as the spiritual growth that you were looking for?
The year coming up, or this year
No, this
what we
year.
ended?
Last year you said that this year wasn't going to be the year that we're not.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'll answer that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. So what now?
The year went quick.
It did, like Natty going north. Do you see America in a pot of slowly boiling water?
Yeah.
And what can we do about it?
Move somewhere else. You know, the frog that's in the normal, like, regular temperature water that's slowly heating up won't jump out, and it'll just die if the water's heated up enough. You know, the water will become boiling, and the frog will just die. So if the frog jumps out, then that would be like us jumping out and going somewhere else. You know?
Somewhere else in the United States or another country?
No, another country with a lot less people where we can just live on our own.
But they're going to follow us over there.
Maybe. An island, small island.
Okay. The young man in the jacket in the back. Yes, sir. You see us in a pot of slowly boiling water in this country, and no one's doing anything about it?
I didn't really think about it. I guess so. I think there's a lot of problems right now that no one's willing to be brave enough to face, and we need people who are confident enough to face the problems that we possess that might not necessarily affect them, but affect the good of humanity or mankind.
And do we have anyone to do that?
I think it takes looking within yourself and seeing, do I have the abilities in this new year to try to take on more responsibility for the good of the country, the world, etc.?
Do you have it in you to run for office?
I think.
You want to sit up? This your first time here?
Yes.
You want to sit up here?
I'm good. I'm good back here.
You comfortable hiding way in the back?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Why not face your comfort zone this year?
Sorry.
Why not face the comfort zone by overcoming it? You want to come and sit up here?
I'm good. I'm good in the back, but
Does it make you nervous to sit up here?
yeah, I'd rather sit back.
It feel better back there, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
And why?
I don't know.
Why does it feel better in the back rather than here in front?
Yeah. Okay.
Right on.
Shoo.
You feel better?
Just a little bit.
Oh, nice. You got to face it this year. You got to face everything. But go ahead.
I think in this new year, the goal is to overcome. I want to
Is
completely
it
overcome.
in you to run for office?
Probably not.
And why not?
Just not something I've considered.
But how would things get better if you don't get involved?
You can spread the word
What word?
to overcome.
We've been spreading the word. It ain't working. That ain't happening. Are you nervous?
No.
Yes, you
No.
are.
I'm not nervous.
You're unconscious.
Sorry.
You're unconscious right now.
What does that mean?
That you're nervous and don't know it. Want me to tell you how I know?
How?
Were you where you were doing that?
No.
No. All right. But we need men like you to run for office. If we keep voting the same old people, we're going to get the same old outcome. Don't you agree? Or do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
So why not run?
I'm too young.
How old are you?
22.
You can't run for like school board or city council or something like that?
I guess.
Were you thinking of president?
Maybe.
Yeah. See, at least you're thinking big. What's your first name?
Christian.
And how did you hear about us?
A friend.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Any question about anything?
Not yet.
All right. Amazing.
Amazing.
What do you think about the boiling pot of water? Then I want to start reflecting.
What do I think about?
Yeah, we're in our country today, everybody's in this pot of water.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
And it's just heating up the water, but no one is doing anything to stop it. What do you think about that? And what does that mean to you?
I think that you've said this before, that we have all the wrong people in the right places. I
Right.
think that there are evil, powerful people blocking the good people that want to help. I actually campaigned for Robert or RFK Jr. He's John F. Kennedy's nephew.
We're
And
not promoting anyone.
Sorry. But well, maybe I shouldn't talk about him then. But I noticed the things that he does and that other people do that want to bring positive change, and it just seems like there's evil people that are elitists or whatever, like blocking. And I think a lot of people that do want change and that do want to bring in, to make the country better, are they feel like their hands are tied. So.
But doesn't that happen in everyday life? Your family member hold you back like that, your friends, your husband, your wife. Don't they do the same things to try to hold you back?
Yeah, I think in every aspect of life, there will be things that will hold you back.
And so how do you deal with it in your everyday life?
Well, like you say, you have to go within. You have to go within and ask God to give you the insight. He has to spiritually download something inside of you to know how to overcome the little things and the big things.
And so why not use that to run for government or office or something?
Yeah, that's why I'm campaigning for what I believe in is right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. So let's reflect, because I want to get to the biblical question and all that. Who want to talk? We'll go with Anthony first, since he brought it up. How was this year for you? What changed about you? How were you helped this year?
Tremendously helped, especially through Bond. A lot of how I've been helped this year has been more recognizing what is going on inside of me instead of worrying about what's happening out in the world, if I had to summarize it. Just watching myself and making sure that I'm being aware. That's one of the most difficult things you can do. Like you were saying a couple weeks ago, like when you're in the room, look at where you are. Before you leave the room, you should be able to see what's on the board, what's over your head, watch yourself opening the door, like little stuff like that. It's like training you to be aware and be more present.
Right.
So I've been doing a lot of just watching myself, watching how, obviously I have a family, so I've been watching how I interact with my family. Thrills, keeping an eye on thrills, making sure I don't get little pleasures from things, and just keeping an overall view on myself as opposed to looking in the world. And the more I do that, the more the world changes. My outside world changes when I'm paying attention to the inside world.
Okay, amazing. What is the biblical question? What is wisdom? Everybody know about the biblical question, right? Even though we didn't do the show. What is wisdom?
I believe that wisdom is the perfect application of knowledge. And what I mean by that is you can have a lot of knowledge. You can have a lot of book smarts or understanding about certain things, but when to apply it, that's where true wisdom comes from, and that comes from God. Because you can have the right tools, but you not know how to use them, and that's where wisdom comes in.
Okay.
It's one aspect.
So wisdom is what now?
Wisdom is perfectly applying knowledge, or when to do what, is a simple way of saying it.
Okay. Amazing. The young lady next to you, when you reflect on your life this year, long story short, you say, what we learned about yourself or about life, whatever.
I'd probably say a lot of growth. Again, a lot of internal work. For me, I think a major thing was just slowing down and working on what I need to deal with internally to have my peace. I think when I met you about just under 2 years ago, I was a bit of a hot mess. So working at being in the present, because I'm always forward thinking, like with kind of naturally how I am. So just slowing down, keeping my mind with my body is something I've really been working on this year.
How's that doing that? Keep your mind with your body.
It's hard. Sometimes I drift off, and then I realize, bring it back. Like, I'll be having a conversation with the kids or with Anthony, and I'm thinking about 4 other things at the same time, and I have to remember to like be in the present with that person at that moment. So sometimes I catch myself. I'm getting better at it, but it takes time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, guys. I forgot what this year theme was. Thank you. Amazing. How about you? How has it been for you this year? How have you been helped, or if you've been helped, or what have you realized about yourself?
Truthfully, I'm so grateful that I found you, because if it didn't find you on my social medias, I would have probably had to gone to the mental institution, because the biggest problem for me, not just this year, but I think throughout the durations of my 20s is, and you were just talking about this last week, or the last time I heard your podcast, is marriage. And I very deeply desire to be married and to have a husband, but I'm so messed up and so ashamed, honestly, of the men that I choose to date and pick. And looking within myself, I realized this year, like, I idolize marriage and a man, like I make him my God so deeply that, and I don't even know why either. And listening to your podcast about why do we want to get married, most of it ends up in divorce anyways, has been a really hard thing for me to, I guess, let go of, because I do, and I know it's natural for women to want a man to lead them, but I guess it's just a deep yearning for the father's love, and I do have a good father, but I think that hopefully for year 2024, I can be able to release the idol of marriage and the idol of having a man, but it does cause like panic inside of me, like the hell wants to hold on to it.
So it caused panic at the notion of, or the idea of thinking you want to let that go?
Yeah, it does.
And what does that feel like?
I cry and I get lonely and I throw a fit.
At the idea of?
At the idea of, I guess just stopping, or the discontinuation of pursuing a man.
All right. Are you still doing it, or did you stop pursuing a man?
It starts and it stops and it starts and it
Yeah.
stops.
I know what you
And
mean.
it gets worse, and like they get worse and worse.
I know what you mean. Amazing. Okay. Amazing. How about for you this year? What have you realized about yourself? What have you let go of, or whatever? How was this year for you?
It was great. The year was
Oh,
great.
let me give her back the mic, and then I'll get back to you. You've heard of wisdom.
Wisdom. Yes.
Yeah. What is it?
I think wisdom comes from God, and wisdom is knowing when to do the right thing in every circumstance.
Okay. Amazing.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
And I learned a lot about myself. But I think if I summarize it, I learned it all starts with me. The tempo of the home starts with the father, like me, the physical father at the house. If I put positive energy in my wife, that translates into the kids. And then I can see the God, Christ, man, woman, children. It's a true chain. And if the man portion is broken or corrupt, it will affect everybody below.
What did you realize anything about yourself this year that you didn't know before about yourself?
Yeah, honestly, I can't think of it right now. I'm drawing a blank. But I'll have moments where I'm like, holy crap, like I didn't know that about me.
Right.
Yeah, but there was a lot of things, yeah.
Nice. Have you heard the word wisdom?
Yes.
And what is it?
I mean, I feel like wisdom is something God gives you innately, that you already have inside of you. And you have it's not a knowledge. I think that's not a good word for it, but it's an innate knowing that something is right or wrong.
Okay. Amazing. The young lady right here. And when you reflect the last day of the year, how will you help this year? What changed about you? What you realized about yourself you didn't know already? Did you know your wife was Mexican before you married her?
No.
You thought she was white, huh?
Yeah, I didn't find out to the terms and conditions of the contract. I said Mexico.
When you found out she was Mexican, did you want to throw her back?
Yeah, I call ICE.
Okay. Go ahead.
This year has, I don't know, it's been a full-blown roller coaster. It's been an interesting year. I don't even know how to put into words, Jesse. Like, I still feel like I'm learning so much about myself, like today, and I'm going through so much that I am still learning how to let go and not affect me, and just letting go. I can't even put that in word, like in one specific word, because
And when you say let go of what?
just all that mess, the thoughts that try to like fill my head.
Yeah.
And it's just letting go. It's crazy because the beginning of the year, I'm like, all right, I'm going in strong. And I thought I did, right? But the devil he's playful. So I can see
devil's a
myself.
mess.
He is a mess. And he gets in my head sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, we're not doing this. So even in those moments, I feel like I'm still learning about myself. So, I don't know.
And have you heard the word wisdom?
Yes.
And what is it?
It's like he said, it's given to you from God. And you know it's given to you from God. That's all I know, and that's all I can say. Like, and I don't want to use knowledge given to you from God, but I feel like it could kind of go down that little path of maybe knowledge given to you by God. But I know it's for sure that's something that God fills you with. I might be wrong. That's what I think. So.
Okay. Amazing. The young lady behind you want to respond? I can't wait. So when you reflect on this year and whatever you realize about yourself, when you let go or whatever.
Just like I said the last time, like realizing that all thoughts were lies. I didn't really believe that.
Right.
I was just going with that when you said it, trying to see if it really like hit. And then when it hit, I realized that it was the truth.
Amazing. Okay. And you're a little Christian, right?
Yes.
When you first came, you were like a Bible thumper Christian, right? Getting yourself ready for your husband.
I laugh. Yes,
I
totally.
remember you and your mother saying that.
Yes, definitely. I laugh because I'm a Bible thumper, but without the knowledge. So I'm like, God is everything, but like I don't know more than 10 scriptures. So
Nice.
yeah.
And are you still preparing for your husband?
Oh no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
let that go.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the year, I let that go.
Right on.
Because it's all I knew.
Yeah.
Like you were just trained from young.
Which is what?
You're just trained from young.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely. Amazing.
This is for your husband. That is for your husband.
And what is wisdom?
Well, the first thing that I thought of was God-given knowledge. But I guess, well, when you first said it, but I guess now, like, God-given insight, that's all that I can really think of.
Oh, okay. Did you think you knew what that meant before we were like a little Bible thumper going to church?
I wasn't really, if anything, I know deep down inside that I didn't know it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, amazing. The young man in the purple sweater with the flower.
Okay.
Is that a flower?
Yeah.
And is the sweater purple?
Yeah.
What a way to end the year. What have you learned about yourself this year? that you didn't realize before?
To be honest, I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
You ever learned anything about yourself?
Nah.
You started out crazy and you still crazy? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it. Right here. So what have you realized about yourself? Did you tell me already?
No.
Oh, okay.
Trying to remove thoughts is a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I found myself over the course of the year to consistently be bogged down by thoughts.
Yeah.
And trying to remove those is part of the goal coming into the new year.
Before you heard me say that all thoughts are lies, did you know they were lies beforehand? Before that?
I always knew it was better to follow my intuition.
Right. Speak up for me.
I always thought it was better to follow my intuition, but I believe now that I'm not 100% in agreement that all thoughts are all lies, but I do think that most thoughts are lies.
But not all thoughts yet.
Not all thoughts yet.
Can you think of one that's not a lie?
My feelings towards my girlfriend or something like that.
So your feelings toward your girlfriend is true?
Yes.
What's true about it?
Mutual respect, mutual caring. I feel a certain way, they feel a certain way. We believe that we like each other. And I think it's more, we've conceptualized that, yes, this is real.
And so you believe you care about your girlfriend?
Yes.
And why do you believe you care about her?
Because I like her.
How about if she told you this afternoon, I don't want you no more. I'm out of here. What would you do?
I would just get up and leave.
You would get up and leave?
Mhm.
Would you cry?
No.
You feel bad?
Yes.
And why would you feel bad?
Because I'd feel betrayed.
Betrayed in what way? This is so good. In what way will you feel betrayed?
Our understanding would have been violated. There's no pretext to what's happening.
Amazing. And so if you love her, why would you feel betrayed?
Because let me think. I think I would have believed that she had felt a similar way.
But if you love her, why would you feel betrayed? If she's sad, you know, it's over, bye, I'm out of here. Why would you feel betrayed if you love her?
I think it's irrational. It's simply my emotion.
You think it's irrational, your emotions?
Yes.
And so you think they're true?
I think they're not completely untrue.
Are they true?
It's not black and white, I don't believe.
Michael Jackson said it was. Remember the song? It's black, it's white. Are you calling Michael Jackson a liar?
No.
But one last time, Dad, I got to move on. If you love her, why would you feel betrayed?
Because I would think that she loves me too.
And if you find out that she never loved you, you feel betrayed?
Yes, but I'd move on.
But why would you feel betrayed? Period.
Because I place a level of trust in someone, and when that trust is vacated.
So and you trust her in what? That she love you?
Maybe not love. I don't necessarily know if I love.
You trust her, you put your whole trust in what?
A respect that we have for each other.
Amazing. Is she watching right now?
I hope not.
I was going to tell you, he's not coming back. She's available. See, your thoughts were lying to you. Let me ask, when you betray God, does he feel disappointed in you?
No.
And does he love you?
Yes.
So why not love your girlfriend in the same manner?
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense?
It does.
That was a question.
I think, I don't want to take too much time, but I don't even know what love is.
I rest my case. Right now, you don't love her, she doesn't love you, your thoughts are lying to you. And they're giving you false emotions. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
All right, nice. Yes, ma'am.
I'll make it quick question. That's really powerful what you said. When we betray God, does he still love us? Yes. Is the way to model that same love towards people is by doing the silent prayer and forgiving, obviously, like forgiving your mom or dad? Like
Absolutely.
Just consistently doing the silent prayer will be able to allow us to love people even when they betray us and even when...
100%.
Okay.
And you will not need them to love you at all. You won't need anything from them, period.
And all you have to do is just do the silent prayer every morning and every night consistently
That's
to
all.
get like that?
Yeah. You do that and you let go. You want to get to a point where you're not trying to hold on to anything, anyone. You're not trying to make anything work. You have to totally let go, and then you have love.
Thank you.
Okay. Right here. This year for you.
Ooh, this is such a big question, but to sum it up, I would say I marvel at the fact I even landed here. And, you know, I consider...
You ran back to the back?
I have to grab something.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You know, as I have conversations with others who are where I once was, just completely blind, I just find myself feeling so fortunate that I landed here because so many are lost. As we know, the road is narrow. So what I've learned about myself is that this has been the most amazing year of my life, yet the most challenging, as I enter into a real relationship with God and truly understand what it means to surrender, believing that I've been doing that all along, but that was a lie. I never even knew what it was. It was just a word, and I was just going through the motions, but I've never been surrendered until quite recently. So it's been interesting. It's been great. It's been challenging as I feel like something has fallen off or I've made a breakthrough in one area. I discovered that there are many layers.
Yep.
So I've accepted the fact that this is a lifetime journey, and that sums it up.
What have you, because you were a little Bible thumper at one time, right, when I first met you?
No.
You were never a Bible thumper? Oh,
No.
okay. What have you realized about God that you didn't know before? Or thought you knew and it wasn't true or whatever?
Well, I always thought that when I had rough patches before encountering this, that it was a form of reaping and sowing, that I had done something to cause this result when it was bad or negative or whatever we're calling it or whatever I'm calling it. And I've learned that he is not at all what, I still don't know what he is. I'm learning, but he's nothing like what I thought. at all. I'm beginning to understand that much.
Amazing. And what is wisdom? You heard the word wisdom before.
I have.
And what is it?
I believe wisdom is revelations from God deposited into us. That's innately always been there. Yeah, that's what I believe it is.
Okay. Amazing. Right here. I'm going to try to get to as many as possible. Then. Yeah. So this year's what? Oh, my God. Let's not go here. So, end of the year, what have you realized about yourself, about life, or you've overcome, or things you thought about yourself, or whatever?
Oh, first, I just want to say that I'm grateful, and I appreciate that I was able to come here, because my journey to returning to the Father has been a long one. It started a long time ago, but I got the most valuable information when I discovered you and hearing you talk about and doing the silent prayer, being aware, practicing being aware every day. So this past year has been, I'm constantly growing. This past year has been really great because I've seen that I know what hell is, and I've seen that I don't have to live in it. And just living every day in the moment, doing what's in front of me to do is just, for me, it's just a way of life that I don't ever want to go back to how I used to live. I've discovered so much about myself.
Amazing. And how have you dealt with the attack that we did upon you?
I didn't even see it as an attack.
Oh, it was an attack. No, I'm playing. No, it wasn't an attack.
I didn't even see it as an attack.
Right, it wasn't.
And,
It really wasn't.
I'm not even going to take credit. I can't take credit. I was sitting here I did go through a period where I was like trying to understand what was going on, because I'm like, I just answered my little old question like everybody else. Like, I didn't know like it was going to turn into what it turned into. But when it did, I just sat here and processed, and I'm like, well, I didn't have any feeling behind it. And it's not to credit me, like I was trying to suppress anything. I just feel like it made me look at like how far I've come, but once again, it's not to credit me, it's just God moving in me, and all I do is the silent prayer and be still and let go. That's all I've done.
And what do you think about the people that felt bad for you when you weren't feeling anything?
I think that everybody is at a different place and at a different stage in their return to the Father and their growth.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
You heard the word wisdom, and what does it mean?
I would say that it is a knowledge given from God, an understanding from God to the spirit, to your spirit.
Okay. Amazing. Well, get ready. You think that was bad?
I didn't think it was bad.
No.
Thank you. And I appreciate it. I appreciate everything that you do. When people call in and they're like, keep doing what you do, Jesse, like I'm right there with them. I appreciate it because, like I said, throughout this whole journey of returning to the Father, the most valuable information that I've got that has truly changed my life is doing the silent prayer, forgiving, letting go, and watching anger not even, like I got bit yesterday at work and I was like, it hurted.
You got big?
I got bit by a dog because I work with dogs. And it was so random. And she turned around and bit me and it hurted. And I was like.
Did you slap her?
No, but I know like that would been, because I've been doing this for a long time, I know that would have been like a normal reaction to want to just like choke her or something. But I didn't. I was like, ow, she just bit me. I looked at my coworker, I was like, she just bit me. And then I didn't even muzzle her because it was random. It was a whole.
Was it a white dog?
It was a white dog. It's always the white dogs. It's always the white dogs.
Did you file hate crime?
No, I looked at even in every moment, like you say, everything that happens is an opportunity for you to look at yourself.
Yeah.
So even with that, it was a physical thing and it hurted, but it was an opportunity for me to look at myself and say like, well, how do I feel about it? And I'm like, it is what it is, and I just kept working.
And do you still believe dogs love you back?
No, I believe they have something, but I know that
It
it's
ain't
not.
love.
It's,
I was
no,
looking
no,
at
no.
this ad the other day, and they were promoting, trying to raise money for the dogs, right? The bad dogs. And they were sitting there, one guy was sitting there, and the dog licking him on the tongue, licking him on. He's like, why are you doing that? To the dog, right? And he was kissing the dog back. I was calling you a fool. He let the dog lick him in the mouth.
I plead
Do you
the
know the
fifth.
dog used the tongue for toilet paper? Did y'all know the dog don't have to go to the store to buy toilet paper? He used his tongue for toilet paper. Did y'all hear that? Happy New Year. Isn't that crazy? Would
I
you
have
let the
nothing
dog
to
lick you in your mouth?
Yes, I have.
You say yes?
Yes, I'm guilty. All over my face, everywhere, ears, everything.
Did you know the dog used his tongue for toilet paper?
No, I didn't see it like
God
that.
made it that way. I guess God didn't know y'all gonna be letting the dog lick you in the face and the mouth and everything. What a mess. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, ma'am. And for your life, I gotta move a little fast, I'm sorry. This whole year, what have you realized about yourself that you didn't know, that you know now, was you able to overcome or whatever?
Well, I think the biggest thing this year for me was realizing that all thoughts are all lies all the time. And my second time here, just really hearing you explain the fallen state,
Yeah.
it was like the first time I ever really heard that. It just changed my vision forever. So I think this year, like taking that on and understanding what the fallen state of man is and all thoughts are all lies all the time. I mean, it's just a constant thing that I'm getting to see about myself. I'm and that the fact that God is not an emotional God has been pretty mind-blowing as well.
Yeah.
I think.
That's too bad they made God an emotional God, and they made his son weak because they made him emotional. And Jesus Christ was anything but weak.
Right.
Anything but that. He was a bad dude. He did not play around, except at a party when he was drinking wine. When you think about the idea of Jesus being at a party drinking wine,
I don't know what I think about that right at this moment.
is
I
that
don't
hard
know.
to believe it?
No.
Can you imagine Jesus drinking wine to the point that some people thought he was drunk?
I mean, yeah.
Can you hear the gossiping people? They're like, child, I was at the party last night. And
Jesus throwing
was
back a
there.
fifth?
They like, yeah, Jesus was there. Now he's out on the street preaching the word. And he was drunk. Can you imagine that gossiping going on about him? People saying that about him?
Yeah.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You heard the word wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And what does it mean to you? What is wisdom?
I think it's I don't want to use the same words, but it's like instinctual. You just know what to do. And I think the devil will try to get in there and play a game. And I just know that from myself, where I know what to do. And I'm just thinking of an experience a few years ago. I knew what to do, and I had to call 6 people to verify that I knew what to do.
What a mess.
And even after I took the action of knowing what to do, I had to weigh out, I'd let my life go on 6 months and then look back and be like, see, I did know what to do. And I think that's just the devil making a mess. I think you know what to do,
Yeah.
and the devil will try to get in there and say, do you really know what to do? Instead of just walking forward.
Oh, amazing.
You know.
Okay, nice. The young lady in black. So for how long you been coming here now? It hasn't been a year yet, right?
Definitely not a year.
And what how you been helped? If you've been helped, what do you realize that you didn't know before that you understand now?
I think I have a different understanding of a few things like Satan and God and anger and praying. All of those different things.
Speak up a little bit.
All of those different things can probably be at the top of the list of things that I've learned. First and foremost, how to pray. Also that Satan was my God, and that I had no intention of experiencing God when I walked into this room. I wanted to be God, and I made sure of it every time I made a decision or believed thoughts in my life, and that you can actually overcome anger.
Yeah.
Another really important lesson for myself that was revealed by God, but helped by you, is that I was addicted to pain. And I like to always feel something.
Yeah.
It helped me to gauge a lot of things. So, obviously, I'm still working on that. But I just realized, that I can live my life without those things because a lot of these feelings are just lies. And so just letting go of that, I guess. I always come here and I always cry, and most of the time I'm wearing black.
You love the thrill of it.
Absolutely. And I learned that because I knew that I hadn't forgiven my mom. When you would ask the question, I just kind of wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to be somewhere else. I wanted to have arrived. And really quickly, I took a trip back home, and I said I was going to do it this way. I was going to go to her gravesite. I tried to set this all up, this whole play up, and I wasn't able to do it. So I was like, okay, create a new plan. I'm going to do it on the ride there, and everything had to be perfect. And I realized, and it was awful. It was hell for the whole duration of the 6 hours that it took me to drive to LA. And I realized that I wanted a thrill. I was waiting for a feeling.
Absolutely.
That entire 6 hours. And when it wasn't the feeling that I wanted, when it wasn't perfect, I'm like some weird movie director where everything has to be this amazing, crescendo and this moment. And then it gives me an opportunity to feel something really, really deeply. And then it's just this big old mess. And I'm such a participant. I think there's one thing that I still cannot grasp my mind around is that it isn't me. That's something that I'm still struggling with. I think that's the missing piece of how I get freedom and how I experience God in the way that He wants me to experience Him.
Yes.
Is to know that it's not me. And again, I'm going to cry a lot, I'm sure of it, but being able to be without all of that mess. That's what I've learned.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. Don't say the name or anything, but I remember the last women forum we held here. You said there was somebody that had done you really wrong, and that either you were for sure about forgiving them or you would. Did you forgive them?
Absolutely.
Oh, how did they go?
It was a freedom that I didn't know that I could experience. It came from what we just talked about today, which was loving someone despite what they did or what they didn't do.
Yeah.
And this person is incredibly close to me, very, very close to me. And I was able to be still And I think that's a big thing for me, especially because of the relationship that I have with this person. There's so much attached to it. But in that woman's forum, I was able to understand that all of that attachment, I didn't give that to anybody else. What I was able to experience with Rochelle was interesting enough because I was able to give her truth and love. I wasn't able to give that same truth and that same love to that person because I had so much attachments to that relationship. Disrespect. You don't love me. You're doing this to me. You're doing that. All these, again, attached to feelings and how this person, how I was allowing myself to feel with this person didn't allow me to get to truth. It didn't allow me to get to love.
Yeah.
And so when I just stopped being God and just relaxed and be still and let God be God, it was amazing. It was amazing. So,
Were they surprised that you were forgiving them?
I'm not sure. But I got to see a side of this person that I don't know that I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, sorry. I like I said,
Don't
I
be
cry a
sorry.
lot.
No, go for the thrill of it.
Yeah. I know. One day I'm going to come in here and be stoic. I won't have all of this feeling.
No, this is the place that you're on a stage.
Yeah.
And so, do you know why we love one another no matter what they've done to us? We love one another anyway. Do you understand that? They don't need to love you back. They could have been cruel or whatever, right? We still love them. You know why that is yet?
I don't know, because we're children of God.
Yes.
And He is love.
And to add to that, that's true. But to add to it that whatever has happened to you by somebody else, whatever they've done to you, it was never them. It was that same thrill that you got, the thrill of hate, the thrill of anger, the thrill of love, the thrill of excitement. It was the spirit of evil. It was never them that's doing it. Like it has never been you doing wrong to someone else. And God knows that. It's just that we didn't know. We forgot, right? But God knows that. And so He never judged us because He knows it was never us. We have never done anything, but this thing was driving us to make us do it. And so once you come to the understanding that you have, it's going to cause you to even love your enemy because you would know that it's not even your enemy that's doing it. It's something else in them. It's not them.
And that's another lesson is that it's all spiritual.
Yes.
I didn't
100%.
I didn't really connect to that. I thought there was, as there is a heaven and an earth, that there was a physical and a spiritual, but it's all spiritual.
Yes.
It's all spiritual.
Absolutely. Amazing.
I wouldn't say that.
Nice. So you have the word wisdom.
I have.
And what is wisdom?
I can't finish my sentence because I don't know the missing pieces to it. But to me, I think that wisdom is some understanding. I'm not sure what the first part of that is.
Right.
But when you say to get an understanding of something, I think wisdom is attached to some really deep understanding. I don't even know if it has to be deep. Two words just come up: wisdom, understanding, and simple. For whatever reason, because I'm very complex, or at least I try to make myself that way. But it's in the simplicity of things. It's when all of the things are kind of stripped off of it, and you can just take it at its original or its core.
Amazing.
That kind of understanding.
Amazing. Interesting. I'll put my little 2 cents in later. Right here in the black sweater. Did you forgive your father?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
And how did it go?
Well, I didn't do it to him in the flesh.
Oh, your father died,
He
right?
died, yeah.
And so how were you able to do it even though he was
Yeah,
dead?
yeah.
And
After he.
Oh, okay. Did they help you?
A little bit. I mean, it's like, I have to. Now I stand up for him at home when they, like when my mom and my grandma and like everyone talks bad about him. Even though he's gone, now I stand up for him. Hey, don't talk about my dad like that. I don't care who he was, what happened. And I cut it. But back then I didn't do that.
And why do you do it back then?
Because I believed what they told me about him.
Oh.
They told me he was the most evil man on this planet.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you forgiven them too, your grandmother and your mother and all that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What is wisdom?
I think wisdom is trusting in God.
Trusting God. Okay. Amazing. I want to do two other things before I move forward here. Right here. I know you're happy you came, huh? So remember when you were sitting in the back and I said, come up front?
Yes.
And how would you feel about the idea of having to come up front?
I was a little nervous, but
And what did the nervousness feel like?
not good.
Not good?
No.
And did you think that was you feeling nervous or something else inside of you feeling nervous?
I think it was probably my thoughts.
Yeah. Thoughts and bring on this nervous-like feeling, right? And the reason I want to point that out to you, because everybody deal with it, is that I want you to, this year coming up, if you want to, watch those feelings and know that they're not you. That's what you have to die from. Those things are evil. That's the thing that made a home in your mind and emotion. It's not you at all. It's all lies. And that's all ego, and that's what you have to die from by just watching them and letting them die so you can be free.
How do you overcome the ego?
Just by watching it. That was your ego, which is not you, the nature of the devil. When I said come up front, it felt nervous. That's the ego. And all you need to do is see that. When you feel good, you know how sometimes your girlfriend makes you mad?
Yeah.
And then sometimes she makes you feel good?
Sometimes.
It's all ego. When that happens, watch it happen and don't blame her. But that's something you need to overcome, and that situation is causing it to happen.
I think I need to break up with my girlfriend in
You
the
do?
new year.
Yeah. And why haven't you?
I think I just don't see a path forward to marriage.
Right. And so why haven't you broken up with already knowing you should?
Convenience, I guess.
Well,
Not wanting to look, not wanting to start over.
To look for what?
A new partner.
And why should you look for a new one?
Isn't that what you have to do?
Where did you get that idea from?
High school, college.
Oh,
I don't know.
get your money back. They lied to you. You should only seek God, because if you seek another one, it's going to be just like what you have or worse.
It's not like seeking necessarily. It's just
Not even looking.
No, it's putting yourself out there, going to a bar.
No, don't do that either. Don't put yourself out there. Don't go to a bar. If you go to a bar, just to have fun, but not putting yourself out there.
No, I know, but like just going and like having a wait and see attitude, just staying at the bar, and whatever happens, happens. You're not looking for love, right? But you're open to the possibilities of wherever it may happen.
But don't be open to that, because love is not out there. Nobody has love.
I thought I'm supposed to love everyone.
But yet you love no one. That's why you're at the bar. If you loved everyone, you wouldn't be at the bar. Or you would be there with a different attitude.
Which attitude?
The right one.
Yeah.
And so are you going to dump her? You want to announce it today?
No, I'll do that on my own time.
Want me to call her?
No, thank you.
What would happen if you dump her? You just don't feel like looking, you say?
I care about her, but I don't think it's a long-term thing.
And why is that?
I don't think we're aligned on money nor career goals.
Right.
I think that's important.
You say you don't think what now?
I think that's important, being
What?
aligned on money and having same financial goals, thoughts.
And you don't have money, or she doesn't have it?
We both have money. It's just how we spend it.
Oh, I see. Y'all waste money?
She does.
She does? And why don't you tell her to stop?
It's a free country. It's not my money she's spending. She's spending her own.
Oh, I see. Is she black?
No.
Oh. No, is she Mexican?
No.
Is she Japanese?
No.
She white?
Yeah.
Oh, dump her. So are you afraid to dump her?
I don't want to hurt her feeling. Like I want to be respectful and amicable, and I don't want it to come out of left field.
You don't want to hurt her feelings. But I just told you feelings are evil. Why are you protecting the evil in her? And if you loved her, you'd be honest and dump her. Hey, this is not working. Bye.
Yeah.
We seem right to say, hey, this is not working. I'm out of here. Bye. Or to pretend it is working and then try to work your way out of it. Which is more honest?
Being upfront.
So why don't you be upfront? You said you loved her. Remember how you lied and said you love her?
I think that was my thought.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess.
I guess what?
It's probably time.
So when you get home tonight, don't let this year end without dumping her.
Happy New Year to her.
She's going to be happier than you think.
I hope not.
Huh?
I mean, yeah.
No, she's going to be happy that you're dumping her. I promise you that. You know how I know?
How?
She hates your weakness. She knows that you're weak and she hates you for it. And she needs somebody that can guide her. You can't. So both of you will be like drinking a lot of champagne tomorrow night or tonight, because you'll be happy and so will she. She's not going to be sad that you're dumping her. She pretend to be sad because she's going to be wishing she had dumped you first. So her ego is going to be hurt a little more that you dumped her first. But other than that, she's going to be glad it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That makes sense. I think whenever the time comes for the next relationship, setting things a little differently.
What relationship?
What?
You said the next relationship?
Yeah.
What next relationship?
When the next person comes around.
You shouldn't be looking for another.
I'm not looking for it, Jesse.
But don't even thinking about it.
I'm not thinking about it. It's just something that it's part of life that happens, I think.
No. You make it happen. Because that's what you're looking for. You get what you're looking for.
Is it not the purpose of man to get married, have a family? How do you execute upon that?
Upon what?
Upon the idea of having a family.
Oh.
Without looking, as you would say.
No, get rid of the idea of having one.
Okay.
Why you look crazy?
I'm just trying to understand what that means.
Get rid of all ideas. You should only seek the kingdom of God and his right way, and your life would be added to you. It would be laid out already. Your life is already laid out for you. And if you let go of all your ideas and what you think you want, It's a practical thing. You want a roof over your head, you want food, right? But if you let go of every other idea, your life will be laid out, it'll happen. If it's meant for you to have a wife, it'll be the perfect wife for you. And the marriage will last until death do you part. And you won't be at the bar looking. You won't be at the bar making yourself available. You know what I mean? Because you're seeking the kingdom of God, and he will add whatever needs to happen for you. Otherwise, the devil is leading you.
That's deep. Amazing.
Yeah. So seek the kingdom of God. Do the silent. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Is that just sitting and...
Are you not familiar with it?
No.
Okay. On my YouTube channel, there's a silent prayer, rebuildingtheman.com/prayer. Just sit there. You just want to watch these thoughts that we've been talking about. You've been living in your thoughts. God will bring you out of them. So you could just observe them and not be controlled by them, because all thoughts, it's are practical thoughts of your father and the devil. God's voice is not a talking voice. He reveals things to you. And the devil talk to you. So start doing the silent prayer. All right?
Okay.
And when you get home, just tell, you're going to shake in your boots, and the devil going to tell you, oh, I feel sorry for her. You're going to hurt her, spoil her holiday or whatever, right? Christmas, New Year. It's all lies. She's going to have a hootenanny of a time with you. The only disappointment is that you beat her to it. That's all she's going to be, because her ego is hurting.
Mm-hmm.
That make sense?
Yep.
So as soon as you get home, pack your bag first, because women tend to throw your clothes out the window. And don't tell her your new address. And take her name off your checking account.
We're not that far.
What?
We don't have a shared checking account. We're not that far along. We don't live together.
Nice. And then seek the kingdom of God and let life happen. It'll be amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. Did you forgive your mother?
No, not yet.
And why not?
I love my mother.
What?
I love my mother. I have nothing.
Oh, here we go with the love. You got all this love. You got more love than God. And so why haven't you forgiven her if you love her?
What is there to forgive?
The mistake she made with you.
I think I turned out relatively fine.
Oh, yeah?
No, I mean, there's stuff to be improved, but she never caused me any harm.
She never did anything wrong.
She sinned, but I've sinned.
But she never did anything wrong to you.
Yes, and I've done wrong to her.
Have you forgiven her for those things she done wrong to you?
No.
And why not?
Never crossed my mind.
Right, I understand that. God said that we should go and forgive if we want to enter into the kingdom. You got to forgive your mother. And reflect to see those things that irritated you, or she imposed a will on you, or turn you away from your father by playing victim, whatever. And once you see the little things that irritate you, that's what hatred is. That's anger. You forgive her for those things. Don't ask for forgiveness. And don't say, you know, Mom, I know I did it too, but blah, blah, blah. Hey, Mother, I'm sorry for resenting you. And God will forgive you. It'll be amazing. Otherwise, every woman you get involved with is going to be mama.
Yeah.
That make sense?
It does.
So will you check yourself and see what it is that she irritates you and forgive her?
Yes.
Yeah, work on that. All right?
I will.
See, you don't love her.
Can you love her after you forgive?
Yes. God's love will work through you, and his love will love her, not you. We don't have love.
That's amazing. Understood.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Nice. Right here, real fast. That feeling you have about the fear of not looking for these guys, whatever you said.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that's happening inside of him. That's the evil in you.
Yes.
You understand that?
100%.
Oh, okay. And you started to watch it?
Yeah, ever since I found you, it just everything clicked. It was everything that I was looking for. It's
Right on.
just it's a hard thing for, I think, all humans to let go of the idea of marriage and having a family. I understand that once you let God work through you, like if that's in His will for you, like it'll just naturally happen and you won't have to force it and it won't be
Right.
painful.
Right.
But I am excited to go within and let go of the hell.
And when you let go of the idea of being married, you'll be free. It's just an idea that's been
Yes.
implanted in your mind.
Mhm.
All right? It's just an idea. So let the idea go and let life happen.
Thank you.
All right. Amazing. So, yes, sir. And then I saw right here, I saw your hand, right? Okay.
Can I answer the wisdom?
Yes. What is wisdom?
Wisdom is just another word that man uses to pretend they know something, when the truth is we don't really know anything, just like we're unable to love. The Spirit is all that is wise, and wisdom only comes from the Spirit. So man just uses the word like we think we know something.
Okay. And long story short, because of time, I'm sorry about this, what have you realized about yourself this year?
Well, this year, I let some ego go so I could make up with my sister, because I wasn't really talking to her. But I realized that it was a bunch of ego in my way that was preventing me from just loving her for who she was and just accepting her. But I also had heart surgery this year, so this is like the biggest event of my
that would
year.
do
it.
it.
It was heart surgery, yeah. So it
You like
makes
on
you
your
question everything.
deathbed, you like, Lord, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Remember me in your kingdom.
Exactly. It makes you go through everything.
Yeah.
Think you're gonna, yeah.
Amazing. Nice, man. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Just a question. So I think we talk a lot about thoughts and how to overcome them. Does it benefit us to remember that the thoughts are coming from Satan, who is the real enemy? Is that too much? Does that add too much to the equation, or is it good to be conscious of that?
It's good to be conscious of it.
Okay.
Right now, you may have to remind yourself that those are not my thoughts and those are not my feelings. But eventually, if you stay with it, you're going to see that they're not
Okay.
your thought.
Okay.
You won't
And
have
then-
to even remind yourself.
Okay. And then I just wanted to say something to this gentleman and his daughter. I was rewatching one of the episodes, and it's interesting. You asked his daughter a question, and she answered it. And he comes behind about 20 minutes later and legitimately says the exact same answer as his daughter, just in a different way. And it was beautiful. It helped me to remember that the one way that you really can love someone is to be an example and to be the good in yourself. Because
Yes.
I'm sure that she saw it in her father,
Yeah.
and it was now in her, because that's how she answered the question. And I don't even know if they even were conscious of it, because it was like 20 minutes in difference in time when you asked him than when you asked her. And they literally said the same thing, just differently.
Right
so
on.
it was very beautiful.
I've seen her change, and I focus on because she's so young. You know, normally young girls like that are out wearing tights all at the gym. And they buy those, what do you call those balls? Yeah, rubber ball butt thing. Yoga ball. And to see her just naturally mature like that is amazing.
Yeah, and like
I
you
know
said,
it has a lot to do with the family.
she has, the ability to see certain things that
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen.
That's why everybody needs their fathers.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you close to your father?
That's a big question. Yeah, we get along.
You love your father?
I'm not supposed to love. I can't love anyone.
Do you love your father?
Yes.
You sure? But before I tell you about love, did you think you loved your father?
Yes, and I think I loved my mother.
I'm sorry?
Yes, about the same as my mother.
About the same? You don't like them that much?
No, they're very important people in my life. And
Okay.
they helped me get to where I am. There's things that irritate me, like everyone. And
Well, forgive them for those things so you can be free.
Mhm.
All right?
Mhm.
Just say, hey, don't ask for apology. Just apologize, and God will forgive you. It's going to be amazing. And do the prayer. All right? Amazing. Let me do this. Oh, yeah, I saw your hand. And then I got to move a little faster, y'all. I can't believe this time go by. Yes, sir.
The biblical question.
What is wisdom?
Wisdom, to me, what I believe is wisdom is knowing the solution to a problem, an issue, or a situation without having gone through it.
Okay. Interesting. And how have you changed this year? How have you been helped?
Realized a lot of things by hearing other people's experiences, and I've reflected a lot on what's been happening throughout my whole life. So, yeah, it's edification, you know, right?
Okay.
Fellowship.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So let me just get to the experts real fast. And you guys have to be a little faster. Joel, how have you been helped this year, and what is wisdom?
As far as help, just realizing what faith means. I think that was something that stood out to me, is understanding how to properly let go. And I used to always think that I'll miss an opportunity if I don't try or put effort in. And just letting go and understanding what that means, and God will put everything in front of you when it's supposed to be. That's one thing the main thing I learned in wisdom. I think wisdom is the light of God that renews your mind in a simple way.
The light of God that removes your mind?
That renews your mind.
Oh, renews your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Should a guy chase a woman, or should the woman go for the guy?
The woman always goes for, it's supposed to go for the guy. It's set up that way and it was made that way, but through time and the teachings of the world, it's been set up backwards, but it's in the woman to know the right guy, and it's in the woman to seek the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now will you stop looking? Doug, real fast, what have you learned or realized about yourself, and what is wisdom?
I realized about myself that, well, I thought I had something, and I realized that it's the moment you think you have something, you don't have it. And also,
Because thinking that you have it is saying I don't have it. All thoughts are all lies all the time, except for practical things. Okay.
I also realized that I don't necessarily understand that my thoughts are not me. It's very, I don't know, that's just something that that's just where I'm at. My thoughts appear to be me, and that's the way it seems. It's going to be interesting when I finally see that they're not me.
Amazing. Okay. Nice. And what did you say wisdom is? What did she say?
I haven't said.
Okay.
Wisdom, I believe, is a realization from God when we are aware and have faith in Him. It's something that's given to us during whatever. It's something that's given to us when we have faith in Him.
Okay. Amazing. Let me talk to Daniel. My producer of The Fallen State is here. Daniel, what have you realized about yourself and that you didn't realize before, what you overcome, and what is wisdom? That's Daniel, the producer of The Fallen State. Huh? No? He's not new. He's just Daniel. Okay, go ahead, Daniel.
Right, so I realized this year that I tried too hard. I'm gonna try less. Less hard. And wisdom, I guess wisdom is just like peace.
Peace?
Yeah.
Are you nervous right now?
Not really.
Not really? How about if you came up here, would you be nervous?
No.
Nice. Okay. Thanks, man. Frankie.
So I think wisdom is...
What you realize about yourself this year that you didn't realize before, and then wisdom?
So the three things off the top of my head, I think friends and family that I made to be my friends, and I trusted them. I made stories up in my head, and with nothing but lies. They were never my friends. and they didn't like me, and so that was one. The other one was I don't have to pick sides. I spent my whole time, my life, picking sides, and it's the greatest freedom in my life, especially now, is not having to pick sides. And
what is wisdom?
Wisdom, I believe wisdom is the light of God that's given to you, and we're not able to see. We have veils in front of our eyes, and we're blind. And when you have God's favor, He allows you to see.
Okay. My best friend, what is wisdom?
Clearly not what I'm saying now. Wisdom is what God reveals to us.
Wisdom is what now? Speak up for me.
Is what God reveals to us.
Okay. And how have you been helped this year? Or if you've been helped?
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I know yet.
I'm sorry?
I don't
Speak
know
up as though you're yelling at your boyfriend.
I don't know if I totally know yet, but I have fears and insecurities that I'm overcoming. And
You have fears and insecurity that you're overcoming?
Yeah.
So you came in here crazy, and you still crazy?
Maybe like 90% crazy now.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot of overcoming craziness.
It is.
Really, believe
yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Cool.
I got upset over Christmas over something, and but it was a great moment because I got to see it happen and take myself out of it.
Right on.
So thank you for that.
That's deep. Amazing. Sean, what have you managed to overcome, and what is wisdom?
I think I this might sound a little spacey, but I think I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
know.
spacey.
I didn't know that, I thought I knew. I didn't know that it was possible to to not know what you don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I thought I knew, and I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know that was possible. You know, I didn't know it was possible to learn something that you didn't know.
That's deep. I shake my head all the time. I'm like, wow, I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't know that I didn't know.
Right. I didn't know I didn't
I
know.
thought I knew that I didn't know, but I didn't know that I didn't know.
Right.
You know.
Isn't that crazy? You can live a life not even knowing that you don't know.
Right.
So you don't know because you don't even know that you don't know. And if you don't know that you don't know, how you look for something when you don't even know that you don't know?
Yeah.
What a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've known that I'm a mess for a while now, but this year I learned that I really don't care. I don't care, It's amazing the things that I thought I cared about, but I really don't care about.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Amazing.
Pretty much everything. I don't care. I really don't,
Yeah. I was talking to a family member on the phone the other day, and he was saying, you know what I realized? I'm like, what? And my family member does not agree with me a lot on anything. He like, nobody love anyone anymore. There is no love in this world. He like, the family members don't love each other, married couples don't love, and he's married. Nobody love each other. I'm like, yeah, you finally catching on. There's no such thing as love in the world. Isn't that amazing? And yet everybody's fighting to get love. And everybody's fighting to give love. They don't have it to give, and they don't have it to receive. There's no one to receive it from. That's crazy, huh? That's why the fights are happening. Yes, sir.
The biblical question, what is wisdom?
What's wisdom?
I think it's, knowing that you know, as opposed to just knowing it intellectually. When we realize what's right and wrong in the moment, to know that you know that it's right instead of just thinking that it's right is wisdom.
Okay.
And to know that you know that it's right despite how you feel about it.
Right on.
It's, you know, that's wisdom.
Okay. The young man right here in front of you with the dog. We let one dog in because he blind. What's your first name again?
Steve?
Steve.
Yeah.
What have you realized about yourself this year that you didn't know then, and what is wisdom?
Well, I've learned to separate my thoughts from myself, and that my thoughts, especially the evil ones, they aren't me, like you've been saying.
Yeah.
I've learned just not to pay attention to them. As a result, I've been able to just be more positive, more productive.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And Joel, go to Hake.
What's that?
I was telling Joel to go over to Hake to save time. What is wisdom?
Well, I know we've been taught to believe that it means like wise and to be wise.
Yeah.
Now that you're bringing it up, who knows?
Amazing. Okay. Thank you, Mary. Hey, what have you learned and realized about yourself this year, and what is wisdom?
I have noticed that anytime that I'm bothered by a person or a situation, that I don't have to fix that it's me, that it's something going on in here.
Right.
And
that is so true. Anytime there's something wrong with you, it's you. It's not the other person. Yes, the other person has their own problem, but it's in your world. It's inside of you. Amazing.
And what is wisdom? I think it's just common sense, but sometimes it's common sense that you never would have thought of.
Okay. Common sense, but common sense you never would have thought of.
Right.
Why are you laughing in pain?
I'm laughing because it's true.
You laughing because of what?
I'm laughing because it's funny because it's true.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Is this your first time here?
Who, me? No.
Oh, okay.
I've been here before.
What have you realized about yourself, and what is wisdom?
I realized about myself with wisdom. Well, I realized that I was a young fool, now I'm an old fool.
Nice.
And God's done a lot of things for me in my life. I don't know if you remember, but He released me from prison after doing 23 years. And
Well, don't remind me you're inmate. What the?
yeah, I begged Him to get out of prison for so long, and I used to meditate and stuff like that. And I got out here and I got out in the world, and I guess I started to lose Him.
Yeah.
So I see myself slipping, and I just didn't want to make that golden calf. So I came here seeking wisdom, and I don't know what actually. I thought I knew what wisdom was, but until I listened to you and people around, and you're drawing that out from other people, wisdom. So I guess it's just when I can see my errors and errors in other people, I think that's wisdom.
Okay. Are you doing the silent prayer now?
No, I stopped.
And why haven't you started back?
Why haven't I started back? I came here wanting to, and I wanted to start doing it again because
Yeah.
as far as my beliefs, and I don't want to call it religion and stuff like that, but that's what I believe.
Yeah.
I believe in the stuff that you preach. And
Well, go back to the silent prayer.
yes.
At this time, stay with it. All right? And don't believe the lie that you're off track and all that. Just go back to the silent prayer and stay with it. You'll be fine.
Okay.
All right? That make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Nice.
100%.
Oh, can you hold that for a minute? Hold it. And let me just do this because of time. The one thing I want to tell you about wisdom, and the only reason I'm telling you this is to make you aware, and then I want to tell you I have a theme for next year. Wisdom is consciousness. That's all there. And when I say that's all there, it's everything. But when you practice being conscious, not intellectual, but conscious, then you have wisdom. You're one with the Father. Knowledge is not wisdom. That's why when you get knowledge, you're supposed to just let it pass right through you. Don't hold on to it because the devil will take the knowledge, whatever it might be, and make you think that you know, and you're just quoting knowledge. And he'll literally convince you that you know wisdom and you don't. So don't hold on to wisdom and don't hold on to knowledge. Hold on to nothing. And knowledge will fade away and wisdom will guide you. So that's why I want to encourage you to work on yourself this year. Commit out there in the world to commit to working on you as an individual. You can't bring anybody along with you. This is one ride. You can't take anyone, your children, your husband, your wife, your friends, nobody. So you want wisdom, and wisdom is amazing, all right? But it's just conscious, it's the mind of God, it's consciousness, being present with God. And so this year theme, that makes any question about that? And I'm not telling you that to be smart or anything, because it was shown to me. It was shown to me. As it is being shown to you guys too, all right? This year, the theme is, and I may forget it, so somebody remind me again. The theme is want for nothing. This whole year, I want to encourage you to want for nothing. I hear the first stone right here. What does that mean to you to want for nothing?
I mean, it sounds, knowing what I know, it sounds like heaven. But my groaning was knowing all the things I would have to overcome just to even knock on that door. And I'm an imagery kind of person, so as soon as you said that, I was like the woman at the front of the altar that just falls out. I was just, as soon as you said that, I just wanted to just fall out of my chair, because I just was like, oh no. So it's big, and yet you didn't say but a few words, but it's big.
Yeah, and it's amazing too.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
And the normal way of life is to want for nothing. Nothing. Your practical thing, you want your house to keep a roof over your head so when it rains, you cover it. You want food, but those are practical things that we are meant to want. God provides us with that as well, right? But you should not want for anything. When you hear me say want for nothing, what goes to your mind? Hate.
It reminds me of my favorite Bible verse growing up as a kid. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Yeah.
And because that's the only way to have peace.
Amazing. Last one, what does it mean to you? Will you hear me say that?
Yeah, but kind of like what James said, but in other words, just letting go and going with the flow of.
Let what go?
Letting life go, letting your life go, and letting God just lead without being too holy.
Oh, okay. Last word, okay.
I was just going to say, it seems to contradict everything that I was raised.
It does.
Yeah.
It contradicts everything you've been told. We have been lied to by the world. The world, our family, the educational system, the government, everybody, the churches, been lying to us. And that's why I don't have peace, because we've been lied to. Isn't that amazing? So, yeah, real fast, not a lot of words. When you hear that, I want to just.
I didn't raise my hand.
I thought in your head, though.
Oh, okay. What, the question?
Yeah, when I say want for nothing this year, what does
All
that
I
mean?
can say is I smiled when you said this. My spirit was prepared for this question.
Oh,
and I'll
good.
share about it later,
Okay.
next week maybe. But yeah, I'll talk about,
Okay.
we'll talk.
Let me just explain the want for nothing thing. Don't want love from anyone. Don't want friendship from anyone. Don't want marriage from anyone. Don't want loneliness. Don't want happiness. Don't want fear or doubt. Don't want companionship. Don't want anything. Want for nothing. It's going to blow your mind. All right? So that's the theme for this year. So we all be coming in and out. I'm going to be asking, well, what did you want this year? Or what did you want this week and you got mad about it? You can always tell when you want something, you get mad when you don't get it. Or when you do get it, you get happy because that's what you wanted. But it's not for you. Want for nothing, all right? So here's what I recommend. I don't have a biblical question yet. Hopefully next week. We'll be back in the office on Tuesday with the radio show on Tuesday. We start up again. The office is closed until Tuesday. But here's what I highly, and I'm telling you this as an individual witness, right? You got to get serious about working on you. And as has been said in this room before and today, there are layers and layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of deep stuff about yourself you don't even know yet. There is so much hell in you that you don't even recognize yet. It's so much hell that a lot of people don't want to go through it. And what I recommend, and that hell is all the stuff I'm telling you not to want for. When you want for those things, you want it for hell, right? And so when you're going through them, I want to encourage you this year to practice being conscious while you're going through the hell. You know how you felt that feeling when you think about the guy and all that kind of stuff? You felt something here? That's hell, right? Yes. So you want to stay conscious and feel the pain of that hell. Watch that hell and watch yourself go through the hell. And on the other side of the hell is heaven. But you got to go through. It's like going through a storm. You're on your way from California to Alabama. And over in Texas, they're having a major storm. And your first thought is, oh, I got to go around it, or I got to go back, or I need to stop, right? But this storm, you got to go through it. And on the other side of this storm is paradise. There's no way around it. You got to die. And dying ain't easy. Dying is hell. Because it is hell. And especially if you don't want to do it, or even if you want to do it, it's still not easy. Because we are so identified with false self that you don't even know who you are yet. But you got to die this year if you want to be, well, you don't have to. I want to encourage you to stay conscious. Don't escape from it. Let's say you're feeling a pain, and your mind will make you think about, oh, I'm going to a party tonight. That'll make you forget the pain, right? So you want to stay conscious. Don't let even your thoughts rob you from going through the pain. Go through the pain consciously. You want to be aware of yourself dying. That make sense? Yeah. Does that help? It's like what you were saying the other day, that night you couldn't sleep. Last Sunday you were saying you can't hell, right? Then you start thinking about the breathing part. Stay conscious when you go through that death. Don't go unconscious. Practice being, and you're not going to be good at it in the beginning, but if you stay with it and stay with it and stay with it, it gets easier and easier and easier and easier. And then next year you'll overcome 3% of it. 3%. All right? So it's been an amazing year. Stay working on yourself. Do your practical stuff. And just work on yourself, and working on yourself, which is the light of God working in you, getting rid of the false self, you're going to be fine. You're going to have fun in life. You're going to have an amazing life. You're going to enjoy life in ways that you never have. And you're going to know God. And God is not an idea. Your ideas about God are all wrong. All ideas are all wrong all the time. All right? So stay with the prayer. Work on yourself. Stay with it. I don't care what happened. And when you have those pains, let yourself feel the pain. Let yourself be degraded. Let yourself be embarrassed. Let somebody mess up your reputation. It's all ideas anyway. It's not even real. It's not even real. It's just another idea. Thank you all for your support this year. It's been amazing. We got a lot of work to do. As I said, we're building a 24-hour talk network. We got a lot of guys lined up now. We're going to start getting that rolling even more so next year. What else? Thank you for helping us to get the bills paid. I appreciate it. And I didn't have to beg. I know the preacher has to beg. Thank you for, you've been helped, so you've been giving back. I do appreciate that. And I wish you well this year coming. Happy New Year. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Really, all right? Happy New Year. Thank you all again. And thank you all. Amazing. So we're going to do the